The Chicago White Sox will be looking for a new manager for the 2023 season. It was announced that head manager Tony La Russa was retiring after a year and a half with the club. Interim manager Miguel Caro filled in for La Russa while he was out with health problems. The 78-year-old head manager was out the last 5 weeks of the season. According to White Sox GM Rick Hahn, Miguel Caro will get an interview as they search for La Russa's replacement. La Russa came back to baseball in 2021 to be the head manager of the Sox. During his tenure as the head manager of the White Sox, he went 174 and 149. The White Sox failed to make the playoffs this season and finished at 79 and 83. Last season, the White Sox made the playoffs with a record of 93 and 69, but were defeated in the divisional round by the Astros. They were expected to make big leaps this season, but it did not happen. According to Rick Hahn, they want to hire a manager with head managerial experience. Most of their players are under contract for next season, except for AL MVP back in 2020, Jose Abreu. Another team will be looking for a new manager next season is the Miami Marlins. It was recently announced that head manager Don Mattingly will not be returning for the 2023 season. Mattingly and the organization agreed it was best to part ways. He had been the head manager since 2016. The 61-year-old head manager led the Marlins to the first playoff appearance in 2020. In his time with the Marlins, he went 446 and 363. Mattingly saw many changes to the franchise in his tenure. The trade of Stanton and Yelich, the new ownership, Derek Jeter hired as the CEO, the Marlins hiring the first female GM, and the Yankees icon resigning as CEO in February. The former player has managed for 12 seasons, the first 5 with the Dodgers. In other baseball news, the Royals have fired head manager Mike Matheny. Matheny had been the manager since 2020. He had 3 straight losing seasons as the manager of the club. Matheny went 165 and 219 as the manager of the franchise. The organization also announced that pitching coach Kyle Aldred will also not return after being with the club since 2018. The former catcher was the head skipper for the Cardinals from 2012 until 2018 and won the NL in 2013. Matheny was the 5th manager this season to be fired. He had a winning record in each of his 6.5 seasons with the Cards. The 52-year-old manager was hired by the Royals in the 2019 season as a special assistant. He was hired the next winter to replace Ned Yorst, who had just retired.